Good morning, good morning, good morning. You guys are not gonna believe this. I don't this make my third time recording because the first time I thought that I had unmuted myself, did the whole spiel, right? Second time I unmuted myself but didn't go live. So this is Kicking It with Kat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a space where we celebrate and empower and support all things women, from career advice and self-care tips to real talk about life challenges and successes. This is your community for inspiration, connection, and growth. Whether you're navigating the real estate world, juggling life work balance, or just looking for a place to kick back and chat, you're in the right place. Let's build each other up, share our stories, and keep kicking it together. So please like, share, and subscribe because guess what? I'm growing my channel. And there are things that we need to talk about, right? Last week I talked about the fears of financial stability and independence, right? With life events. Today, I'm going to talk about fears of financial stability due to life circumstances, right? What happens when things happen to us, right? Number one, we're going to talk about unemployment and job loss, right? The fear of losing a stable income stream and it impact on meeting financial obligations. This is what we're talking about. You need an emergency fund. Emergency fund, you should have 3 to 6 months of emergency fund of monthly expenses so that it can provide a safety net during unforeseen challenges, right? So that also helps you not going into your credit cards, tapping into your 401k or anything for these unforeseen circumstances that happen, right? Next, unexpected expenses. We have medical bills, car payments, car repairs, home maintenance can derail financial plans. I just had a situation where my hot water heater went out, right? So preparing for the unexpected is key to staying financially secure. So why not have, when we're talking about these events, why not have coverages? And I'm a firm believer of having protection on you, right? For medical bills, what are those protections that you're going to have for that? Car repairs, what protection that you have for that, especially when you extended your home warranty, right? Home maintenance, what I just talked about. Why not have coverage for that? I have coverage, so that's the greatest thing. I pay a little monthly fee for it. Hey, I have a deductible, but it is cheaper for me to do it that way than have to come out and have to pay dollars to have things that happen that we don't have any control over, right? So, next one, divorce and separation. Fear of financial instability due to division of assets or loss of dual income. That's a big fear. That was a fear of mine when I was divorcing because, I had that second income. So regardless of whatever my thinking and my endeavors that I did, if I was successful, that was great. But if I failed, guess what? I knew that I had this second income behind me that allowed me to be able to say, okay, on my failures, what did I do wrong? Get up and, proceed. But when you're single, and you have to figure this out. This makes you second guess yourself, right? It makes you wonder if you can do it or not. And so this is why planning for this also can also help us, right? So when you have that, you just create a solid plan to ensure stability through life's transition and situations, right? Then you got health issues, chronic illness or injuries that can lead to income and increased expenses, right? And this is why you need to protect your finances by investing in health insurance, living benefits. A lot of times people don't know what living benefits are, but living benefits are only, offered through life insurance. And what it says is that in the event of anything happening, right? Heart attack, stroke, renal failure, or any of such that causes you to become disabled, guess what? You can touch this policy while you're living. It is the new insurance opposed to the old insurance because the old insurance only had, when you died, right? So this is a benefit that's there. So why not utilize something that can help you plan for your future in the event of anything happening. And I'm going to talk about that in the future as well. Then you have economic downturns, recessions, inflations, market crashes that threaten savings and investments, right? Now, we just got out of COVID, which, I think we're still recovering from that. So, what do you do when things of that nature happens, right? So you want also planning, same thing that I talked about, when unemployment, lost jobs, unexpected expenses, divorce, separation, health issues, right? So it's to make sure that you have at least 3 to 6 months emergency fund, right? And then also, having diversified investments that can protect you through the market situations. So, and this is what we talk about. You have your bank accounts and everything where you have, your emergency funds, but then you also have your investments, 401ks, pensions, et cetera, et cetera. Then you have your life insurance, right? That you can build off of that as well when it has living benefit. It also allows you to be able to create your own investment banking and possibly can be tax free. So you want to have a diversified portfolio so that if any event happens, you're able to know what you got going on. And it's so imperative that you need to look at your finances at least twice a year, because as we know, life happens, life, what they call it, lifing it now, so we always want to check in on where we're at, right? Um, Death of a partner, same thing that we're talking about with the unexpected divorce, health issues. When you have a losing a primary breadwinner and potential financial burden that follows, right? Life insurance and estate planning, again, can safeguard your family's future. We've already talked about life insurance under the living benefits, right? So, of course, hey, unless it's unexpected and it happens, right? What if something happens? Whereas that person becomes ill, main breadwinner, what happens, right? When you go down and you're unable, because you are your biggest asset. So if something happens to you, how do you continue to pay your bills when you're unable to work, right? So those living benefits, which goes into life insurance, is imperative and key, right? So then you have foreclosure and eviction, the inability to keep up with your mortgage or rent payments due to financial hardship, right? It's important that you understand your mortgage options if you're a homeowner, and then that can prevent financial crises, because talk to your mortgage service provider, and they can provide you options, because after 90 days you're going to go into default. For those that are renting, then it's imperative, talk to your landlord. You'd be surprised on how they would work with you, because of life circumstances, right? And the ability to be able to try to get up on your feet. They may be able to tack it on to the end of your lease or your month to month, or you can work out a payment plan. Same thing for your mortgage. So be cognitive. Communication is key to be able to get through the situation of either foreclosure, preventing foreclosure or eviction. Okay. Next one is identity theft or fraud. Fear of compromised credit and financial loss through cybercrime, and it's a rampant, right? So what you want to do is make sure that you do not talk to anyone that you're not sure of. And if anybody's asking you for any money to do any kind of transaction, you may want to think about it, because typically they shouldn't be asking you for any money in order to do something, right? Also, too, you want to check with your creditors, your mortgage company, any assets, whatever that is, to make sure that whoever is contacting you is legitimate and that, they're not a scam. Okay. And then we have the rising cost of living, the inability to keep up with inflation. Rising costs, especially for single income households, can be challenging. So it's so important that you're going to budget and manage your money to kind of help you offset the impact of inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is the cost of goods increase over time, right? And because since COVID, our inflation has been skyrocketed through the roof. Typically, averagely every year, inflation should only increase 3.2% every year. California, where I'm at, is 4%, roughly. And so it is important that your money grow accordingly. And if it doesn't, how do you manage it, right? So you got to be cognitive when you're looking at and budgeting so that you can keep up and that you're not falling behind. Okay. So that's one. Then, last but not least, is the lack of financial support. You know, the fear of facing financial challenges alone without a safety net of family or community support can be daunting. And when you're feeling alone and you don't feel that you have any resources or anyone to turn to, you know, can cause stress, can cause depression, can cause a whole bunch of things that we don't need to have when we're having that. So the best thing to do is to build a network of trusted advisors and a support system so that whenever you feeling or any kind of situation that you are able to reach out and get the assistance that you need and that you don't feel that you're all alone. So that's it for me for today. I am here. I'm here to bring information to us that's going to help us, right? And so, with that being again said, please like, share, and subscribe so to help me grow my channel. Whether you think that this information is for you or not, someone else may need to hear this. So, share it, please. And you know what, you guys? You have a beautiful day. And I'll be talking with you soon. Kicking it with Kat. You have a great one. Bye.